Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the shed. Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. Today is the 1st of January 2024. Now we've got to start getting used to writing 2024 on all our checks and stuff, right? Always hate that. Always messed it up for a couple weeks. But y'all, we just went on a trip for about 4 days and we had everything cut off, but people could still purchase from us on eBay, obviously. We have 22 things going out tomorrow, and actually I think we have one more pending on Amazon, and we have 4 or 5 sales FBA over on Amazon. And if you don't know what that is, if you've been watching this channel and you're not an Amazon seller, you don't know, that means fulfilled by Amazon. That means I send that means I send my inventory to Amazon, and then they deal with the shipping, returns, all that stuff, storage, everything. And we're going to talk about that a little bit because I have recently gotten back into that. And so we'll get into that, y'all. But first, let's do a few sales. Maybe we'll do what sold on Mercari and some of the eBay sales, and then we'll talk about it. All right, y'all, I had to come out of that jacket. A little too warm in here for that once you get moving around. But anyways, what sold first over on Mercari? We only have one sale over there. Like I said, we had everything shut down for 3 or 4 days, and we just turned it back on yesterday. And these socks right here, there's 6 pair in here. We paid $5 or $5.50 for these from Walmart. These sold for $10, and the buyer is paying the shipping on that. And with that, we'll move over to Amazon and talk about the couple of things that I have to ship out tomorrow. The first one is this Columbia women's jacket. It's kind of a coral color. We paid $15 for this at the Columbia outlet that we went to this weekend while we were on our little vacation. This right here, actually we paid $13.50. It was $14.98 and then 10% off of that. So yep, we paid $13.50 plus tax, obviously, but it sold for $45.89. So very quick flip there. And y'all, we hit a bunch of outlets. We got some Adidas stuff, Columbia, Vera Bradley. We caught a whole bunch of stuff which hopefully you'll see sell in future videos. Some Harry Potter stuff and some Mandalorian stuff from Vera Bradley. Looks to be some good money there. We also picked up some shoes from different places. We got some Nikes, some Pumas, some Adidas. No, we didn't pick up any Uggs. But anyways, we got a bunch of stuff, y'all. We filled up the back of our truck once again, as we do on almost every trip we go on. We source and we fill the back of the truck up and get good inventory. And today, we've been spending the whole day listing that inventory and taking the clearance tags and stuff like that off for stuff that's going to be going into Amazon for FBA, which we're going to talk about in a minute. All right. Next up is a grill cover, and we picked these up quite a while back from Walmart, and I don't remember what we paid for these things, y'all, and it's not in my custom SKU, so I can't tell you. But this grill cover sold for $31.99, and of course we had to pay the shipping. We go whatever the cheapest route possible is that will get it there on time. Now, let's talk about this FBA thing, because I just showed you 2 items that I am going to ship out from my house. And those are very easy shippers, y'all. All I have to do is take and put each one of those in a poly bag and slap a label on it and send it in. I don't want to send stuff like this into Amazon because this is considered oversized and it's heavy. And I can only fit but so many of these in one box to send in. And of course the Amazon fees cost more once you send in to them because they have to deal with all the shipping and returns and stuff, so they charge more for that. Now, this right here was destined to be on its way to Amazon to be sold, but before I had a chance to send it in to them, it is already sold. Now this is something I don't mind keeping here because it's a really easy shipper, but y'all, if you get 10 of these things, well, I'd say maybe 15 of these things, you just filled up a tote, and that's taking up a lot of space in here. Amazon doesn't charge very much to store this stuff. If this stayed for a year at Amazon, it would not cost me $1 I mean, I'd say somewhere around $1 for storage fees. So that's why I'm starting to send stuff in, y'all. And especially since what happened at Christmas, and I'm not complaining, but y'all, Christmas on Amazon FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, that's when we ship it. Y'all, that went crazy. We could barely keep up. We were in here every night for almost 2 hours trying to get everything pulled and packaged up and sent out. It was a very busy 2 to 3 weeks doing that, and I don't want that to happen next year. But I'm also starting to source a lot more stuff since I got Ungated and Nike and Adidas and Under Armour and Columbia. I'm starting to source a lot more stuff from TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Ross and places like that. And I'm just not going to have room for that inventory. I can only put so much in this shed and in my attic and under my bed in my house. We're overrun with inventory, and we just wanted to send some stuff in and let Amazon deal with it. So here's what I'm going to show you next. So as of right now, there is a Squishmallow, a Maritza the Cactus Squishmallow that's sold over on Amazon for $44.98. There's also 6 pair of Adidas socks over there that sold for $25.89. I have $10 in those socks, and I have $10 in that Squishmallow. That was a local pickup from another Amazon seller. They shut down the listing that he had those cactus on, or cacti I should say, and he brought them back in his storage, and he was trying to just liquidate them, just offload them, and I bought 20 of them from for $10 each, and I've already sold 10, and this is the 11th one that is sold, but this is the first one that is sold FBA, so pretty happy about that. Next up, we sold a small Squishmallow, a Monica, a 7-inch purple Monica. We've sold those FBM before, and it sold for $17. And actually there was 2 of them. There was a second one that sold for $17. And then, what do we have? We have one thing pending. And we have a VHS-C tape, a blank tape that's pending on Amazon. And that's FBM, and if it ever goes through, it'll sell for $11.98. So y'all, basically the difference between FBM and FBA is I have to store this, I have to package it, I have to put a label on it, and I have to ship it. Any returns from this come back to me. FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, you send your stuff in, they do the shipping, they do the storage, they do the returns, they do all that stuff. It just costs a little more, so it eats into your profits a little bit. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you, it's really, really close, because it would cost me about somewhere between $4 and $5 to ship this thing right here, because it's first class. Well, the Amazon fee, I haven't looked yet, but it's probably like $6, y'all. So we'll see. I'm hoping this FBA thing is gonna work out. It's gonna make us some more money. Okay, y'all, you're going to see a few of these that sold. We lowered the price on these Lego kits right here, or these Lego sets, and these things have just been flying off the shelf, and I'm happy because we've had them for a very long time. Matter of fact, this one right here has the original clearance label on it. It says $7. I'm not sure if we paid $7 or if it was like a hidden clearance for $3.50, but this right here, y'all, the date on it is September 9th of 21. So y'all, we've had this for 2 years. So it's time for them to go. Well, this one sold for $8.99 and the buyer's paying the shipping. And this one right here sold for $8.54 and the buyer's paying the shipping. And y'all are going to see some more of those here in a minute. Then we have this 6-axis PlayStation controller right here. Not sure what I paid for it, y'all. I probably had $1 or $2 in it. $9.99 is what it sold for, and the buyer is paying the shipping for that. Next up, I have this Hugo Dutch travel pack. Now, y'all, all the media at a local thrift store is 10 cents. Yes, even this right here. This has a book in it and a cassette. And like I said, I paid 10 cents for it. Now, I've had it for a very, very long time. probably a year and a half or maybe even 2 years. I don't know. But it sold for $18.36, and the buyer is paying the shipping. Not sure if that's first class or medium mail, but the buyer is paying that. Then I have a Hallmark keepsake ornament. This is Mickey, 2014, I think. It's Mickey's New Year. And this sold for $4.99, and the buyer is paying the shipping. That'll easily go in like a 4x4x6 box, and I probably have like $1 in that, y'all. Next up is a pair of shoes that I almost passed on. We were doing some recent sourcing at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Ross in a local town in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and my wife wanted to pop into what's it called? Bath and Body Works. She wanted to pop in there because they were having like a 75% off sale. So she went in there, and I just walked around the mall, and I saw a Foot Locker. So I walked into the Foot Locker, and they had like a 6-foot long table in there, and it had a sign on it that said $19.99, and there were a bunch of different kinds of shoes up there. Well, I found some Adidas there, and I bought those, and I saw these Uggs right here, and these are a youth Uggs. And I try to stay away from youth stuff, but these look like they had a pretty good sell-through rate, so I picked them up. And I also asked the guy while I was there if he had any more of those Adidas that were $19.99, and he said he thought he did. So he went in the back, he found 2 more just like that, but in a different size, so I bought those. And he found 2 more in a different style in a larger size, so I bought those. So y'all, I picked up a whole bunch of shoes that day for only $20 a piece, and most of those shoes sell for about $60 shipped, but the 2 pair, the larger ones that I got, sell for like $110. So I'm going to send those into Amazon also and hopefully get some sales on those. But anyways, these Uggs right here, y'all, they are a size 5, and these are Australia Highland Heritage boots, and like I said, I paid $19.95 for them, or $19.99 for them, sorry. And I bought these, I don't know, it was less than 2 weeks ago. It was right before we left to go on our trip, and they've already sold for $47.45, and the buyer is paying for the shipping, and it will most likely cost me less than $8. They paid $9.95 for the shipping on those. And here we go, y'all, another set of these Legos right here, and I didn't tell y'all before, the number on them is 71364. They're not a great seller, so I'm not going to tell you to go out looking for them, but if you pick them up at a yard sale for $1, I guess it would be worth it. These sold for $8.99, and the buyer is paying the shipping. Then I have a weird one. This one right here, my wife gave to me inadvertently. All right, let me explain that. So my wife bought me a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm a year ago, I think. And it came with like 5 magazines, a first aid kit, and a bug out bag. Well, I didn't want the bug out bag, y'all, so I put it up for sale. And it hasn't been up there long. I listed it sometime in October. And it sold for $41, and the buyer is paying the shipping for that. Very easy shipper, but they paid enough that I'll send it priority. Normally I would just throw something like this in a poly bag, but since they're paying priority, I'm gonna put it in a priority box. And since it's right after Christmas, people are already stocking up for next Christmas. And y'all are going to see a bunch more of these in just a few minutes. And I have finally sold out of these things, y'all. These are holiday time 18-inch icicles. It's a 4-pack. I put these in lots of 4. I bought 56 of these right here, y'all, for $5 from a Salvation Army, and like I said, I'm pretty much sold out of them. So I have 14 lists, well, a quantity of 14 on this listing, and these right here sold for $10.99, and the buyer is paying the first class shipping. And I always make just a little bit of money off the shipping, and obviously I made plenty of money off of these. I paid $5, y'all, and if you say what was it, 14 listings times $11, I did pretty good on that. And then look what we have here, another set of these Legos, y'all. These sold for $8.54, and the buyer is paying the shipping. And guess what else sold? 4 more of these icicles right here. $10.44, and the buyer is paying the shipping. Then, changing it up a little bit, I sold 2 of these freeze and save Tupperware containers right here, and I paid $2. I paid $1 each for these at a yard sale, and these sold for $9, and the buyer is paying $11 for shipping. They paying for Ground Advantage, but I'll probably be able to ship it priority mail for cheaper than that. And this next one is a Scentsy warmer. This is a Sparkling Snowman. Not sure what my wife paid for this. Probably 20 bucks. A lot of these things vary from $12 to $20 when she buys them from Scentsy. This one sold for $39.99, and the buyer is paying the priority shipping and of $14.30. Probably won't cost me that much. Then here's a good one right here, y'all. This is something else to talk about. We went to Walmart, and I have not even put all that footage together and edited that yet. But we went to Walmart, and y'all, I was climbing up on the racks to get stuff, and I was helping people get stuff down too that they couldn't reach while I was up there. But anyways, when Walmart went 50% off on all their Christmas stuff the day after Christmas, we went and bought a bunch of inflatables and train sets and stuff like that because we've done really well in the past on them. Well, today, y'all, as of January 1st, Walmart has gone to 75% off on all their Christmas, and we're probably going to go there tonight and try to pick up some more stuff if we can find any. Probably will be ornaments because most of your inflatables are gone by now. This inflatable right here is a Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. We paid half price of that $34.98, so we paid $17.50 plus tax. It sold for $27.99, and the buyer is paying $10 for the shipping. And a lot of times, I think this was too big, but a lot of times these things are going to priority mail shoebox, so that works out really well. So keep your eye out for stuff like this, y'all. Your Oogie Boogies, your Jack Skellingtons, your Sallys. If you can find Bluey, SpongeBob, all that stuff sells really good, even right after Christmas because people are getting ready for the next year. But I don't mind holding on to it, keeping it in my attic in a tote for, 10 months or so until they sell. Then we have a Funko Pop set that I would never ever buy again. I got it at a great price at Target. Paid $2.39 for it. This is Jerry's Apartment, Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry's Apartment, Uncle Leo. Like I said, I only paid like $2.39 for it, but it took forever to sell, y'all. There's not a date up there. I wish there was. I've had this forever. It sold for $7.99, and the buyer's paying the Ground Advantage shipping. They paid $8. And finally, this is the last of these icicles, y'all. These holiday time icicles. This person actually bought 2 of the 4 packs, and they paid $21.98, and they're paying $8.25 for the shipping. These will get shipped priority mail most likely, and it will only cost me like $7.20. So not only have I made a bunch of money off these icicles, I'm making $1 off of this shipping, and they're helping me out because they bought 2 of them. So it will actually cost me less to ship all of these than it would to ship 4 and 4. Then guess what, y'all? Another one of these Lego sets. I think I only have one left down there, and this one sold for $8.99, and the buyer's paying $8.25 for the shipping. It will go out priority, and most likely cost me $7.20. Then I thought these were pretty cool. I can't remember where I picked these up. I picked these up at a Ross or Marshalls or somewhere like that. But these are a pair of Vans shoes, and these are a size 6 women's, but these things glow in the dark, y'all, so you probably can't see it in this, but maybe you can in the picture that I put up. But these things glow in the dark. Pretty cool, y'all. Paid $9 for these, and they sold for $37.95, and the buyer's paying $11 for shipping. I bet you I can ship these for $7.20 in a priority mail shoebox, and they only took a month to sell, so good pickup there. And here's another clearance item, and I actually picked this up at a Big Lots, and it's this flamingo right here. This thing is 32 inches tall, and it's pre-lit, and y'all, I paid $15 for it. It was half off, and it sold for $44.95, and the buyer's paying $16.35 for shipping. They're paying Ground Advantage, but if it can get to them quicker UPS, I might do that. But y'all, don't sleep on this 50% off clearance stuff. Some of this stuff sells really, really fast. This hasn't been listed. This was listed right before we went on our little vacation, so it hasn't been listed a week, and it's already sold. All right, y'all, that's what's going out of here. I'm not even sure how much money that was. Let's see, there was about $80 over on Amazon, a total of $586 over there on eBay, and then what was it, $10 over on Mercari, and then whatever the items were that sold on Amazon FBA that I don't even have to deal with. I'm not even going to figure that in here, but I am going to keep y'all, abreast of what is being sold FBA, because I want you to have an idea of what happens when you send your stuff into them. And if I have any issues with it, I'll also let y'all know that. But with that being said, I hope you learned something today. Maybe you decide to try to sell on Amazon. If you have any questions about that, please put a comment down below. I do not mind replying to you. And I'll help you out as best as I can to get set up there. And if you got some questions about shipping, FBM, FBA, all that stuff, please let me know down in the comments and I'll reply to you. But y'all, I hope you learned something. If you did, if you got any kind of info from this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel so you can see what's selling on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, and all those other places. But thanks for being here, y'all. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.